I became very friendly with Muhammad Ali in the 70s. And Muhammad Ali worked his butt off. And I saw it firsthand. And I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. Now think about that. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard. And so you can't get around the hard work. It doesn't matter who it is. As a matter of fact, I believe what Ted Turner said. Work like hell and advertise.
My parents are both alive. And my parents, are your parents alive?
Mm-hmm.
How old are your parents?
76, 74.
And where do they live?
Washington, D.C.
And how often do you see them?
Like twice a year.
Okay. So most people be like, okay, you know, I have, let's say your parents live till 80, so they have 5 more years, okay? Let's just say roughly. You would say I have 5 more years of my parents, but I would say no. You have 10 more times with your parents if you see them twice a year. You see them twice a year times 5, you have 10 more times to see them. When you start thinking of things like that, your first reaction is, I want to go see my parents. At least that's mine. So you change the way you approach it. I'm like, I'm going to go see my parents every other month. You know, I'm going to make it a priority.
I told everybody at 10 years old I was going to be on TV. I had a severe stuttering problem. So when I wrote on that paper, the assignment was write on a piece of paper what you want to be when you grow up. I'm 10. I wrote I want to be on TV. That was that faith, the belief in things that you cannot see. Teacher called me to the front of the class. I'm thinking I'm going up here to get a gold star. I ain't never had one before. My answer must have been really good. That lady didn't call me up there to give me no gold star. She called me up there to humiliate me. And she just said, why would you write something like this on your paper? And I'm standing there, I'm trying to get it out. She said, who in this school ever been on TV? Who in your family ever been on TV? Who in this neighborhood ever been on TV? She said, look at you standing there, you can't even talk. How they gonna put somebody like you on TV? So every Christmas, I send her a flat screen TV.
You do not practice empathy. What does empathy look like? Here's the lack of empathy. This is normal in our business world. You walk into someone's office, someone walks into our office and says, your numbers have been down for the 3rd quarter in a row. You have to pick up your numbers, otherwise I can't guarantee what the future will look like. How inspired do you think that person is to come to work the next day? Here's what empathy looks like. You walk into someone's office, someone walks into your office and says, your numbers are down for the 3rd quarter in a row. Are you okay? I'm worried about you. What's going on? We all have performance issues. Maybe someone's kid is sick. Maybe they're having problems in their marriage. Maybe one of their parents is dying. We don't know what's going on in their lives. And of course it will affect performance at work. Empathy is being concerned about the human being, not just their output. And we have to practice empathy.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant, and when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job, and our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
A lot of people say that nothing's impossible. Shit, I even said that nothing's impossible several times in my life. I lied. There's a lot of things that are impossible for you to do. But what happens is, when we come across something that's very hard, and we try it once or maybe twice, and then say, we're done, we can't do it anymore. Before you say something's impossible, do it and do it and do it to a level that people think that you might be fucking crazy until you say it's impossible.
I had like $106 in the bank, and like I said, I had to sell my dog, and things were not looking very, very good. My $40 car had just blown up, so I was taking a bus to work. I had no film history, no real film knowledge. I was just working from I guess, instinct. And so often I had gone to fight films or sporting films. Yes, we're going to go out there, we're going to knock him out, you're going to win. I said, no, I'm not going to win. I'm going to get destroyed. But if I can be lucid, if I can still be standing on my feet, you know what? Then life isn't so bad. At the very end of our lives, if we can still say, you know, we were never humbled, we were knocked down, but we got up, and I can say, I lived life with integrity, and I took all the blows as I still prevailed. To really succeed, no man really is an island. When you find the right components in your life, the right people that gel with you, then you feel as though you're invincible.
You are who you've been looking for. So stop looking for more unless you're looking in a mirror, because it's about time for you to see clearly that you are who you've been looking for. And that empty feeling you got, that hole in your chest, you only got that feeling because you think you're not blessed with everything you need. You see, we live in a consumerist society, which means they need you to buy stuff. And the easiest way to sell it is to tell you you're not enough. Buy this car, you'll get girls. Buy this bra, you'll get guys. And we're seeing it so much that we start believing these lies, but the truth is, the makeup they're selling to make you feel prettier is the same makeup you buy to stop feeling shittier about this lie they keep telling you that you are not enough.
Patient. Everything in life will go exactly how it's supposed to go. At times you will feel like an outcast, that you don't fit in, but you will discover that being your own clique will be your strongest attribute. In life, you're going to face many challenges, many moments of adversity. There are going to be a lot of successes and some failures too. Those moments are going to create your character, build your integrity, and they will become your beauty marks. On your journey in life, you may hear a lot more no's than yeses, but you'll let those moments motivate you, and those that said no will eventually wish they would have said yes. And to every girl listening out there, you will forever be empowered by knowing that no one, absolutely no one, can close the door that God has opened for you. All is possible because of God's grace.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
I don't care how dark it looked for you. I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters say. It ain't over. No matter what happens to you, it ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Do you understand that you cannot have a degree and still be just fine? Now, whatever you've been through, whatever that is, guess what? You still here. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning.
You know, butterflies can't see the color of their wings, but us as humans can see how beautiful they are. Likewise, you might not think you're good enough, but others can see how special and amazing you are.
Your brain is divided into two halves. Each half of your brain has millions of factory workers on each side. At the forefront of each one of those factories is a forming positive and you got forming negative. You're the boss of the factory. You wake up in the morning and you say, man, I don't feel myself today. forming negative hears that. He said, hey, the boss just woke up and said he's having a bad day today. Let's get to work. And your day starts tumbling into what you ordered. You could wake up in the morning and you say, you know what? Today is going to be a great day today. Man, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. Forming positive turns around and goes, Steve's having a great day today. He's expecting some wonderful things to happen. And man, let's get it going. And they start manufacturing thoughts. You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life.
It's said that you realize you truly love someone when you want them to be happy, even when it's not with you. Someone once asked me if I could rewind time, if I would change anything. I said actually I'd fast forward time, just to see if it's all worth it in the end. Stay positive. The things you're waiting and hoping for tend to arrive at the most unexpected moments.
Hello, my old heart, how have you been?
Never say, that won't happen to me. Because life has a funny way of proving us wrong.
I'll be back. I'll be back. That's what you said when you left me.
The biggest reason the mind has such a hard time being happy is because of its inability to let go and move on from a painful past.
You got to get messed up sometime. You got to get your feelings hurt. You got to get disappointed. You got to get told no. You're going to ask somebody for some money. He going to tell you no. That's just dirt. See, you get tripped out because you got dirt on you. But you need dirt on you to develop. Because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer. Dirt is nutrients. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. See, you get mad when haters come your way. You get mad because you get a setback. You get mad because you get thrown off course. You get mad because you get a detour. That's just dirt. You get mad because they talking about you. That's dirt. You get mad because you lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You got to have dirt on you to grow into what God got for you.
Repeat this to yourself every day. I am not my past. I am not my mistakes. I am not my failures. I am who I decide to become. I am who I commit to become. I commit to become the best I can be. I forgive. I move on. I look forward to the new me. My best is yet to come. Here are 7 quick happiness tips. Number 1. Don't listen to gossip. Number 2. Ignore what people say about you. Number 3. Design your own life. Number 4. Look for the good in every situation. Number 5. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Number 6. Laugh more. And number 7. Once it's past, let it go.
I wanna be dry by fire.
Scars heal. No, they don't. Wounds heal. Oh yeah, what do scars do? They fade, I guess? I don't care what scars do. You should, Shen. You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now. You're right.
Anybody who's ever gone through depression would tell you that it's not just something in your mind, but rather it's something you feel in your body. As much as it's in your head, it's also in your stomach. Having anxiety and depression is like being scared and tired at the same time. It's the fear of failure, but no urge to be productive. It's wanting friends, but hate socializing. It's wanting to be alone, but not wanting to be lonely. It's feeling everything at once, then feeling paralyzing numb. This is a picture of what anxiety and depression at times feels like. Yet what I'm learning more and more in life is that it's fear that causes anxiety. And literally what I've learned in these moments of anxiety is that I have to stop listening to myself and I have to start talking to myself.
Albert Einstein said that imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. That's what your imagination is. Your imagination is actually very, very real. Everything you imagine could be a preview to life's coming attraction. Everything we have today came from somebody's imagination. Somebody was talking on the phone with that cord on the wall and got sick of it and said, you know what, man, if I could just go outside and talk on the phone, ta-da, we got cell phones. Somebody got tired of driving across the country and said, man, if I could fly over there, boom, we got airplanes. It is impossible for you to think an impossible thought. That is impossible. You can't think something that ain't possible. You ain't that smart. Imagination is everything. It's a preview to life's coming attractions. Everything you've ever imagined.
Between depression and joy, I think it's purpose. When you wake up in the morning and your life means something to somebody other than you, that you have a purpose. If you don't go do the things that you're going to do, people's lives will suffer. And I think that that kind of purpose, that like to live in service, not to you, but to live in service to humanity, to live in service to your family, to live in service to your church, to your city, to your country, to the world. Living in service is that, I feel like that is the purest form of joy.
We're here once. It's a cycle of life that we're not all here forever. And I'm just very in tune with the reality of, I know that my life won't last forever. So I keep motivated and just say, while I'm here, I'm just gonna do what I've got to do and live life the best way I think is fit. Wealth just doesn't determine your financial status. Wealth is your character. Riches is your bank account. Wealth is your character. I feel you can be rich in heart, and that's what wealth is, your character. Because when you meet people financially and it's all about your riches, I think you only compete with what they already probably have because they're in the same bracket as you. So it becomes down to your wealth is your manners, how you conduct yourself, your family morals, what you've been through.
More people talk about money all the time. Rich people talk about things. Wealthy people, they talk about ideas. Rich people, poor people, and wealthy people think differently. For example, poor people, they pursue money. Rich people pursue things. Wealthy people pursue ideas. If we minimize this desire to get money and elevate the creativity of new ideas, we'll find that financial results will naturally flow to it. Bill Gates didn't pursue money, he pursued an idea. If you think of all the wealthy people in the world, it was ideas that made them wealthy, not money. Don't pursue money and then try to get an idea. Get an idea and money to pursue the idea, and you become a byproduct as far as wealth.
Well, I'm on my way back right now. We're a half mile out, I'm going a half mile back. One thing I found out in life is, if you want to get better, do the shit that no one else wants to do. Do the shit that no one else is even thinking about doing. Do the shit that people think is fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Because all you're doing is getting better. I tell you right now, the more things you can do, get outside that zone. That zone makes you feel good. The stronger your mind's gonna get.
The most important decision you can make above any on the face of the earth is deciding that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens, you're gonna live in a beautiful state. Life is short. We don't know how short it's gonna be. If you only had a week to live, I bet you wouldn't allow yourself to suffer over a little crap that makes you crazy normally. I think you would probably spend time with those you love, you would do what you love, you'd take awe in a sunset, you'd smell the air, you would take in everything in those final moments that you possibly do. So my thing is, why wait?
The amount of what you can get is based solely on how much you can accept the opposite. So let's say you really want to be rich, it's based on how willing you are to be poor.
Wow.
If you want the ultimate relationship, it's based on how willing you are to be alone. If you can love being alone, you'll cry out your codependency, you'll cry out the old story, and then you create a space for that. But if everyone is ambitiously just trying to date, they're going to be two attachments that are stopping each other from their inner truth, so it won't land. It won't last, right? And it goes all the way to, you want the best life, totally accept death.
Wow.
To have the greatest life in the world, be completely and fully accepting of death. And the more you go, I'm fine with death, the more you feel free, right? It's weird because what we have now is a world of people who are really trying to put a million locks on the doors and protect themselves from a life they're not living. The more you live your life fully, the less fear you have of death.
And so there are so many people in the world, and you know, you may be watching this right now, and you have these incredible ideas, and what you think is missing is motivation. And that's not true. Because the way that our minds are wired, and the fact about human beings, is that we are not designed to do things that are uncomfortable, or scary, or difficult. Our brains are designed to protect us from those things because our brains are trying to keep us alive. And in order to change, in order to build a business, in order to be the best parent, the best spouse, to do all those things that you know you want to do with your life, with your work, with your dreams, you're going to have to do things that are difficult, uncertain, or scary, which sets up this problem for all of us. You're never going to feel like it. Motivation's garbage. You only feel motivated to do the things that are easy, right?